This is a demonstration of how to fit our floating and corbelled limestone shelves. Important notice: the shelf is heavy and potentially dangerous if not properly secured. It must only be fixed into solid masonry walls, using the fixing dowels and resin provided, sunk to a depth of at least 75 mm. No attempt should be made to fix to plasterboard or timber studwork. The weight of the shelf is around 40 kilograms and it should be lifted by 2 people. The shelf will be supplied with this fixing kit and detailed written instructions. We recommend that you read these carefully after watching this video to familiarize yourself more fully with the method. You will also need the following tools and equipment: spirit levels, 14 mm masonry drill bit and drill, a heavy-duty sealant gun, pencil and tape measure, and some timber to use as props. Measure and mark the center of the chimney breast or fireplace opening at roughly the height the shelf will be sitting. Draw a vertical line plumb to this center point and mark across at the height that the center of the shelf will be. Draw a level line across the wall at this height. Measure the centers of the fixing holes on the back of the shelf. Transfer these points to the horizontal line on the wall, ensuring that they are the same distance either side of the center point of the chimney breast or opening. Mark the 14 mm drill bit for a drill depth of 90 mm using tape. Pilot drill the holes with a smaller masonry drill bit first. Then use the 14 mm bit to drill to the 90 mm marked depth. Ensure that the direction of drill is perpendicular to the wall. Remove as much dust as possible from the holes using the drill bit or a hole brush plus a vacuum cleaner. Carefully mark and cut 2 timber props to support the shelf whilst the resin is setting. The length of the props should match the distance from the floor to the underside of the shelf. Screw the threaded dowels into the back of the shelf until finger tight. The dowel should be projecting 80 mm from the back of the stone. Before applying the resin, test fit the shelf to make sure the supporting dowels will slide comfortably into the holes. If necessary, enlarge the holes slightly and try again. Check the shelf will sit level and plumb and test fit the supporting props. Fine adjustments can be made with plastic spacers or cardboard shims. Read the usage instructions on the resin. Set up the resin in the gun, remove the cap and screw on the mixing nozzle. Test that the resin flows easily and is mixing to a uniform dark gray color. Also check that the gun can be easily clicked off to avoid spillage. Apply resin to the holes in the wall until around 3/4 full. The resin works best at normal room temperature. If too cold or too warm, the workability and setting times may vary greatly. Final fit the shelf and position the props. Adjust the props, if necessary, until the shelf is sitting level. Once the resin has set hard, apply downward pressure to the shelf to check that it is fixed securely. If there is a gap between the shelf and the wall, this can be filled using the grout supplied. Gradually add water to the powder and mix thoroughly until a smooth creamy paste is achieved. Wet the back edges of the stone with a sprayer or sponge. Push the grout firmly into the gap using a fine pointing trowel. Once surface dry, scrape off the excess grout and wipe over with a damp sponge. Finally, brush on the sealer. And apply a second coat of sealer once the stone has fully dried. Thanks for watching this demonstration. We recommend that you also read the full step-by-step fitting guide supplied. If you have any questions, please feel free to call or email us for further advice. And please visit the website for details of our full range of hand-carved English limestone fireplaces.